Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts, like the chart behind me, which is of AMC Entertainment, ticker symbol AMC, which closed on the day today, Friday, March 7th, at a price of $3.06, being up about 1.66% on the day, but pulling back about 0.5% so far in the after hours trading. And yeah, I just wanted to do a really quick follow up on the chart because I did do, a 2-month follow-up thesis video last week on February 28th. And to start this week, we got this big red candle coming down about 7.5% on Monday, March the 3rd. And then we have been consolidating the following 4 days here. So it does kind of look like maybe that's a bear flag. Not really sure. Could definitely be breaking to the downside. But, there are a couple of things to the downside that I think actually look really good, and until proven otherwise, I think that we're in bottom zone territory. As you can see here, I do have this horizontal line right at $3 a share, which was the closing price. Actually, no, sorry, it was the opening price on February 3rd. You can see at the base of that green candle there. And that does go across here. We have more or less been respecting that, getting all of these closes above that level. It looks like on the 6th, so on Thursday, we closed at 301. Then while this was a red candle here, on the 5th, we closed at 305, and then again on the 4th, closing at 308. And even though we had this big red candle down, we closed at 305. So I do think it is good that we are holding, we are respecting that level, potentially putting in a double bottom here. Also, though, we could be putting in a little bit of maybe a head and shoulders pattern there, but I doubt that. What I think is more likely is that we are forming a bottom here right around $3 a share. And one thing that I did point out in last week's video was that we were forming higher lows here. And of course, we did break through that on Monday with this red candle and consolidation over here. But if you notice, the low over here on February 3rd marked there at $2.95. The low over here from the 4th is $2.95. So, while that is, putting in, the same lows, really, you could make an argument that from this low coming over to here, maybe we're putting in higher lows, but effectively, 295 is 295. That is, a double bottom potentially. But the thing that really stands out to me about this chart that I do find really compelling about it, I have talked about this a number of times, is this blue dashed line here, right where the cursor is. That is at $2.91. I do have an alert there because I think that's a super important level, and I think it's really telling that we have been holding above it even with all of the panic this past week, which was not just on Monday, it was throughout the week. AMC has been able to hold above $3 a share, and we have been able to hold, not even getting close to touching, getting 4 cents away from $2.91. So I feel like it's a really important level, and that is the gap that we formed on our way up here in May of last year. So on May 10th, of 2024, the closing price was $291, and then the trading day after that, so the Monday following that weekend, we closed. Actually, that was a 2-day weekend. On the 13th, May 13th, we closed at 519, starting to make these big moves to the upside. We left that gap to the downside that we have yet to fill. And we still have not filled it. And so I imagine, just kind of thinking about the psychology, is that a lot of people probably see that gap and they're waiting for it to be filled to really load the boat, expecting the stock price to go higher. And we just haven't seen that yet. And so I feel like we are definitely in dip buy territory, bottom territory, buy or not, do whatever you want. But I think that this looks like we are at a bottom. Until proven otherwise, when we cross through this gap here at 291, I think that the bottom's right around $3 a share. And, if we do wick down to even just touching 291, if that's a low of the day, I think that that's a little bit concerning that this could start to go lower. But yeah, I mean, I had doodled this up from last week, really, I guess, kind of around, where we closed on the 28th at the end of February at a price of $3.30, also corresponding pretty nicely with that 21-day moving average there, which is currently at $3.28.9, right around $3.30. So I was kind of suggesting that we could maybe break above this purple downtrend, maybe break above the 50-day moving average before getting rejected, pulling back to find that purple downtrend as support, as it has been a very notable level as we have consolidated in this range here. And so, going back about 8 months ago, something like that, we have just been consolidating in this range. Maybe actually, yeah, about 8 months going back through June. We've been consolidating in this range, and we are now, in the threes or right around getting into the twos. I think it's a discount zone, dip buying territory. And, yeah, so I just wanted to put this out there just because I find it really impressive that we have held. And yeah, we are still above 291, have not filled that gap. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm feeling better about this with what we saw across the markets. I would have expected AMC to be in the 290s, if not well below. We closed the week at 306. So I think it's looking pretty good. And I do think that we could potentially, maybe not going so vertical like I have suggested here with this doodle like that. But I do think that maybe we have a shot at getting up to the 200-day moving average, which is around 442. So maybe in the coming months we get up to there. We do have a lot of levels of resistance to the upside, but as long as we hold around 3, as long as we don't get anywhere down to 291, I think this is looking really good. So, I just wanted to kind of end the week on that note, share my thoughts there. But, as always, those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care and have a great weekend. See you guys later.